Hey there, I'm Chris Hickey with KUAR News, bringing you some of the top stories of the past week. Chief among them, the 91st General Assembly of the Arkansas Legislature is convening for its fourth week, and some major pieces of legislation. The governor's $50 million tax cut for low-income Arkansans was signed into law. That takes effect in 2019. Meanwhile, the Arkansas House passes a provision, or a bill rather, to restrict recipients of SNAP benefits, otherwise known as food stamps, from purchasing junk food with their SNAP card. That measure still has to go to the Senate. It's also in need of a federal waiver, which has never been granted to any state before, so we'll see what happens with that. Concealed carry on college campuses. Public universities and community colleges may be soon required to allow faculty and staff to carry concealed handguns on their campus under a bill proposed by Republican legislator Charlie Collins out of Fayetteville. That measure passed the House, as I mentioned, heads to the Senate, and they'll be taking that up very soon. Meanwhile, less than rosy state revenue report for January. This is the 6 out of 7 months so far in the fiscal year. State revenue has come in below projections. What does that mean for the tax cut, the $50 million tax cut? We'll see. Governor Asa Hutchinson has said that he's asking several state agencies to prepare contingency budgets in case there are budget cuts in the state. So we're keeping a close eye on that. Meanwhile, as you know, President Donald Trump and the White House handed down orders on immigration restricting travel from 7 majority Muslim countries. What does that mean for Arkansas? Well, Jacqueline Froelich with Arkansas Public Media has an in-depth look at one nonprofit whose plans are to work with refugees from war-torn countries and bring them to Arkansas. She has a good story on that. Meanwhile, Arkansas's congressional delegation has sort of a mixed reaction, but is generally supportive of Trump's immigration orders. You can read more on our website. KUAR's Jacob Kaufman has a good roundup of all those views. And some lighter news, topping off the week, local radio star, let's say, a community radio, public radio fixture of Central Arkansas, John Kane, celebrated his 80th birthday. He is the host of 52nd Street Jazz on KUAR. That airs on Sunday night from 9 to midnight. And he's also program director over at KABF. He had a birthday party. KUAR's Michael Hiblin talked to him about radio, the history of radio, his involvement, as well as his work in preservation of historic buildings in Arkansas. A pretty good interview. Very interesting life. John Kane had his birthday party at the Whitewater Tavern, which is always a nice place to go and visit. You can hear more about these stories and some others on KUAR's Week in Review podcast, which you can download from iTunes or listen streaming at KUAR.org. With that, just a reminder to sign up for the newsletter, KUAR.org/roundup. Thanks a lot.